How I would start a Dark Angels army in £200. The Dark Angels are a fan favourite of the Space Marine chapters. They're rich in lore, like the Fallen, and have some of the best designed Space Marine units, thanks to their knight aesthetic. They're also the only chapter other than the Ultramarines to have their Primarch back, and that's Lionel Johnson, or Big Johnson Man as I call him. And he's one of the greatest Primarchs. He's a brilliant duelist, but he does have his flaws, and the overall just feels like an actual character. Anyway though, to start my Dark Angels army, I would pick up the Dark Angels Combat Patrol for £100 or $170. You get a Gravis Captain, which I like my Captain units, but personally find it to be an odd choice because he can't lead anything from the Combat Patrol. You also get 10 Intercessors, which is another interesting choice. I'm not selling this well, am I? I mean, Intercessors are good. They may not seem very Dark Angels, and they're pretty basic, but with their Sticky Objectives ability, you should always have at least one unit of them in your army. But you get 10 in this box, but like 5 would be great, but 10 seems like it's taking away a spot in the box where something else more on theme could have been. You also get 5 Hellblasters, and I'll finally stop complaining, because these guys are both on theme, because Dark Angels love their plasma weapons, but they're also especially good in Dark Angels armies. Finally, you get 3 Blade Guard Veterans, which are decent, and they do look really good, but I do feel like Inner Circle Companions or something would have been more appreciated in this box. But I suppose there is nothing stopping you from proxying the Blade Guard Veterans as Inner Circle Companions, especially in casual games. Also, you get a Dark Angels transfer sheet, and 2 Dark Angels upgrade sprees, so at least you can deck out your Intercessors and make them look sick. This is a solid start, getting you 430 points onto the table, and with some key staples of the Dark Angels. For my next choice, I'd pick up a squad of Deathwing Knights for £44 or $70, but they are expensive in game at 250 points.
These guys are far better than regular Terminators. With their stats and abilities, they're extremely tanky.
And I also haven't even mentioned just how good they look. So much aura. Next up, I pick up Supreme Grandmaster Azrael at £28 or $45, and he's the current Chapter Master of the Dark Angels and has 115 points in game, and I would say he's a must-have for any Dark Angels army. Straight away, he looks really good, and he stands out with his banner. His abilities are where he really shines though. Masterful Tactician gives you an extra command point every turn, which is crazy good. Supreme Grandmaster gives your whole unit sustained hits 1, which is really nice, and the Lion's Helm gives your unit a 4+ invulnerable save, a really good character who goes really well with those Hellblasters we got in the Combat Patrol. This takes us up to £172 or $285, so I think we can get away with one more unit, and I'd pick up either a Stormspeeder or landspeeder Vengeance, but I'll leave that up to you. They're both £47.50 or $79, and they're a nice way to represent the Raven Wing. Overall, this would roughly give you an around 900 point army, which is not bad. It would cost you £219.50 or $364, but you could definitely get it cheaper. For example, if I was to buy it all in Wayland Games, it would cost me £175.60 or $238.26, so it's all about knowing where to look. For the next unit though, I'd probably go for a vehicle like a Gladiator, or maybe the Lion himself, or maybe even some more Hellblasters or Inner Circle Companions, and there's a bunch of cool Dark Angels characters to choose from, like Belial to lead the Deathwing Knights.